Today, I will explain a 2018 anime series called Boarding School Juliet. Please turn on your subtitles as there will be spoilers ahead. At the prestigious Dahlia Academy boarding school, students are split into two groups, the White Cats and the Black Dogs. The first-year White Cats are led by Juliet Persia, the only daughter of a high-ranking noble family from the West. Due to her strict upbringing, she is a very confident person who doesn't like to be taken lightly or looked down on. She tends to come forth as very serious and competitive. Meanwhile, the Black Dogs are led by Romio Inuzuka, born of a respected family from Touwa. He is often described as tough and bold, and always tends to settle matters with a fight. At Dahlia boarding school, conflicts between factions are pretty common, even though Romeo and Juliet have been childhood friends ever since. Due to unforeseen circumstances, Romeo has fallen in love with her. Because of his feelings for her, Romeo cannot truly see her as an enemy, so Juliet is furious at him because he does not take her seriously. Often, Romeo sees older White Cats bullying the younger Black Dogs, but he cannot do anything about it as Juliet defends the White Cats and could not muster the strength to speak up to her. It comes to a point where he almost confesses his feelings for her, but he runs away instead. When three delinquents from the Black Dogs kidnap Juliet to molest her, Romeo sweeps in to rescue her by beating them up, much to the Black Dogs' dissatisfaction. Feeling powerless when she gets kidnapped, Juliet challenges Romeo to a duel to regain her pride. Romeo responds by saying he saved her out of pity. He later realizes he was rude and insolent towards Juliet, and Romeo finally confesses to her during their duel. He also wishes to help her achieve her dreams of changing the world. Juliet felt embarrassed when Romeo suddenly confessed his feelings that she pushed him into the fountain. She agrees to date him as long as they keep it a secret, and only if Romeo helps her with her dreams. Dating seems quite challenging for the two, as they are respected leaders of their factions. Once, Inuzuka tries to sneak Juliet away when they are rudely interrupted by Hasuki Komai, Romeo's right-hand man and childhood friend, who must now pretend that they are fighting. When Romeo wanted to give Juliet a rosary as a present, they were caught by Scott Hold, Juliet's second-in-command, who gets the wrong idea and pushes Romeo off the building. When Romeo wakes up, Hasuki reports that the Black Dogs are attacking Juliet and the White Cats for attacking him. Determined to give her the rosary, Romeo breaks through the chaos in search of Juliet when the rosary accidentally breaks due to the fighting. Enraged, Romeo picks up a statue and beats both factions with it. He was later punished for taking it too far, and as part of the punishment, he had to pick weeds around the school's lake. Juliet appreciates Romeo's efforts and gives him her rosary instead, which Romeo initially refuses, feeling it may have sentimental value for her. Juliet then beats him up and drops him in the lake. Romeo managed to ask Juliet on a date, so to keep their relationship a secret, Juliet had to disguise herself as a male Black Dog, which Romeo introduced as his cousin Julio. Hasuki caught them together and suspects that Romeo is a homosexual. What made it worse is that a silver-haired White Cat recognized Juliet, even with her disguise, and has come to the assumption that Romeo and Juliet are dating. Romeo takes Juliet to a haunted house during their date when she runs away scared. Romeo was later ambushed by Chizuru Maru, one of the delinquent Black Dogs who initially kidnapped Juliet and pushed him into the ocean. Juliet comes to his rescue and beats Maru in a fight. When they think everything is clear, they run into Scott again, and the two pretend they are fighting again. One time, Romeo invites Juliet on a date for their 1-month anniversary, when the White Cats' princess Char, known as the Tyrant Princess of the West, returns after being absent for a year. Romeo almost hits her when she provokes him, but stops himself when she says that she has proof that Romeo and Juliet are dating. Char blackmails Romeo into becoming her servant, to which Romeo hesitantly agrees that Juliet would lose her status in the White Cats if they knew that she was dating the leader of the Black Dogs. Juliet grows jealous when she notices that Romeo spends too much time with Char. Romeo has decided to keep the blackmailing a secret from Juliet, knowing that she would worry if she knew about it. Romeo found himself in Juliet's room when he discovered Char was with her childhood friend. So he uses this chance to find anything he can use against Char when he discovers that she has a secret stash of Juliet's pictures and concludes that Char also has feelings for Juliet. Romeo confronts Char about her secret, and the two have come to an uneasy truce. With Char out of the way, Romeo rushes to his date with Juliet, who sees her wearing the rosary he gave her. With the strenuous midterm exams approaching, the Black Dogs hold a 72-hour study session with their struggling members. Juliet joins the Black Dogs' study session, disguised as Julio. It turns out that Maru has had a crush on Julio since the day Julio defeated him to save Romeo. The study session will be led by Hasuki, seeing that she has the best grades in the Black Dogs. As Romeo tries to sneak Juliet disguised as Julio, Hasuki catches them and worries that Romeo has been keeping too many secrets from her. Even Char has warned him about Hasuki, that she could be bad news if ever she found out his secret. Romeo assures Char that Hasuki is his childhood friend, and that if she ever finds out about him and Juliet, she will be able to keep it a secret. Maru asks Hasuki why she likes Romeo, and she responds that she has helped her make more friends. Hasuki noticed that Romeo was listening, so she abruptly confessed her feelings for him. Realizing that he could not lie to Hasuki, she reveals that she is in love with Juliet and that they are dating. Hasuki is still shocked by Romeo's revelation that she chases after him, wanting to kill him. When Char steps in and shares that she knows the secret too, Romeo feels guilty that he couldn't be honest with his best friend, but Juliet comforts him that it was not the easiest decision. Romeo allows Hasuki to attack him, declaring that no matter what happens, she will always be his friend. Juliet falls into the river, so Romeo jumps after her, only to realize that he cannot swim. Hasuki jumps in and saves Romeo, while Char saves Juliet. Despite everything that she has learned, Hasuki forgives Romeo, but forewarns him that she will cut his head if ever he flirts with Juliet in front of her. Once, Romeo asks Juliet to make him a bento, a Japanese lunchbox. Little did he know that she was a terrible cook. Char overhears their conversation, who plan to steal Juliet's handmade bento for Romeo. She accidentally drops it on Scott, who assumes that Juliet made it for him. Romeo manages to track it down and challenges Scott to a duel over the bento, but accidentally drops the bento, which the pigs then eat. Seeing Juliet's efforts down the drain, Char drags Scott to torture him. After learning the madness over the bento, Juliet comes clean and admits that it was the maid who made the bento. Juliet wanted to make a good impression on Romeo and wanted it to be the perfect bento, where Romeo assures her that she does not need to be perfect, especially when they are alone. Meanwhile, Hasuki comes across a rumor that whoever dances with the sports festival's MVP will fall in love with them. Still not over Romeo, Hasuki decides to win MVP and dance with Romeo so that he will fall in love with her. Scott also plans on winning MVP to dance with Juliet. Also aiming to become MVP is Abyssinia, a popular member of the White Cats, who asks Juliet to be his girlfriend should he win MVP. This irked Somali Longhaired, also a member of the White Cats, who is quite known for her superhuman strength, as she has a crush on Abby. Juliet asks Romeo for help practicing for the three-legged race so that she could win MVP and become more popular. It turns out that this was just a ploy by Juliet, as she wanted to help Romeo overcome his defeat at the previous sports festival. To help pump his motivation, Juliet suggests that whoever wins the MVP must follow the orders from the winner. Determined more than ever, Romeo enters the 100-meter race despite his blunder at the last sports festival. During the much-awaited sports festival, everyone was so competitive that the Black Dogs and the White Cats scored equal points despite the blatant cheating from both sides. In one of the games, Somali injures Juliet on Abby's orders, which becomes bitter after Juliet's rejection. Juliet also tripped during her race with Hasuki due to the injuries she sustained from Somali. The audience sneers at Juliet as she is forced to retire from the games due to her injuries. Romeo is furious about what happened with Juliet, but he is especially angry at himself that he couldn't help or be there for Juliet. His fury intensifies when he learns from Char that Abby has been gunning at Juliet so she could become the leader of the White Cats. Romeo could not keep his cool when he discovered Abby's plans, and he is determined to tear her down in the final event, the human cavalry battle.